so on the pivot, man, listen, we're at Grambling State University, and now finally Channing has the answer for all his HBCU hate, you know what I mean? And obviously, we all know that Freddie Flowers will make sure the people of Grambling understand and know that we love them. I mean, it's dope to be here, man. It's the first opportunity we've had to do a live show. You know, feel like it's like the pivot college pregame day. You know what I'm saying? So we can start our own thing, man. What are you looking forward to, bro, about learning about Grambling State today, about their football team, their new coach, Hue Jackson, but also just the HBCU experience as a whole?
That's the thing, man. We know we're friends with Hue, tight with Hue, so we know Hue's going to get it right. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason we're here. Let's be honest. Hue called us out on our show, and we said we're going to be there. And I just want to see, because I've never experienced HBCU. My wife went to Howard, you know, and I know a bunch of other guys, you know, that went to HBCU. So I've never seen the experience. I know the stadiums are smaller, and I knew the facilities weren't there, and that was my point. But now I'm seeing these people. I'm seeing the vibe. I'm seeing, you know, the OGs come back. I'm seeing the G-Men Nation. It's the alumni base, a group down here at Grambling that just meeting all the people, meeting all the great supporters and how passionate people are about Grambling, man. It's really getting to me, but the people make a place. Yeah. And that's what I'm kind of learning now. It's the people that make an organization, that make a university. Yep.
Hey, I love that. For me, man, it's really simple. You know, Hue did our show, and really he put a challenge out in front of us. Yep. You know, and we answered that challenge. We showed up, and that's what it's about. We want to come down here and pretty much just shed light on, you know, HBCUs, checking out the lack of resources, you know, in these facilities, man, and really trying to come back and put a challenge on everyone else, right? And I think that when you shed light on these things, you know, they have some amazing young men that we met yesterday. Yeah, that's real. You know, and they just want to come out here, you know, play ball, get a great education. Yeah. And that's where it starts. So really for us, man, it's about holding our word, our commitment, what we committed to you. And we hope that everyone that's watching can somehow find a way to come back, you know, the alum, you know, these companies that are able and willing, former players that have attended this prestigious HBCU can eventually come back and start supporting the school as it needs, you know, because it's all about the future. Right. And I think once the ball starts rolling within this HBCU, you know, what Dion is doing over there in Jackson State, I think it'll shed a great spotlight on all the HBCUs, and then going forward, you know, it'll get the growth that it needs.
I mean, I think that's the thing, right? If you look at every sport, right, or every league, there's always somebody that changes the game. Right. You know, you think about the Kansas City Chiefs and what they were able to do by winning. Now everybody's chasing them. You look at the West, everybody needs to go get a quarterback. Everybody has to have rushers because you're trying to beat that team. Think about the Golden State Warriors, right? All of a sudden the Golden State Warriors come in and they form a team, or maybe even in Miami, right? You had to, when LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh get together, now everybody needs a super team, right? You need three guys, so you got to go get KD, you got to have Clay, you got to have Steph, like all of these things, you know, kind of start happening. And so now in the SWAC, or if we're looking at HBCUs, Dion is doing that. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Dion is setting that tone that we can get facilities, and you have to have facilities. Yeah. We can have the better things that these young men need to not have to go to Power 5 schools and feel supported. And I think that's why Hue is here, right? That's why, and that's what Hue brought us here to kind of shed light on. And so, you know, without further ado, we're going to bring up the man that brought us here. We're going to bring up the man that's the new head coach of the Grambling State University football team. And, you know, as long as he let me run the band at halftime of the spring game today, we're going to do it right. Hue, come on up, man.
My man, my guys. Wow.
Good brother. What's happening with you?
Not much.
What's up, boss?
What's up, bro?
Good.
I think you slide down, Fred. Maybe we'll give you a seat in the middle.
I get to sit in the hot chair.
Yeah,
you got it.
Oh my gosh, I've been there before with you guys.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you guys answering the call to come out. I think it's a tremendous environment, but it's special because you guys are here. I think it's so important for our student athletes to see men like you who've done it and done it at a high level and understand that they have a chance too, but they got to have a plan and a purpose and figure out how to do it the right way.
Hue, you know, with this being your first spring game here, right, and especially at an HBCU, what are you looking to show the fans that come out and support you today?
I want our fans to know that the culture is changing, you know, that we are doing anything and everything we can to get this university back from as far as football standpoint to where it needs to be. We're talking about the great Eddie Robinson that coached here, that was the winningest coach in college football, won a ton of championships. That's the standard. And we've fallen short a little bit. And that's why I'm here today, and my job is to put it back.
I can tell you this, Hugh, really just to echo what you said about Coach Eddie Robinson. We had an opportunity to visit the museum yesterday. And just walking in the door, it was almost like this aura, like this glow. You know, you can actually feel, you know, that tradition, man. And, you know, you walk around and you see the things he was able to accomplish, you know, through segregation, you know, a lot of racism. You know, those are just challenges in itself that we actually are still experiencing this day. But just imagine, you know, being a coach of young men that look like him, you know, having to go through those times and still find success. But that was just, for me, an amazing experience. But the one thing that I have to get used to around this place is this black and gold or black and yellow. It reminds me of the Steelers, which is another team that has so much tradition. But I'm pretty sure, much like the times of old, there was a lot of tradition here. You know, at Grambling State under Coach Eddie Robinson, and hopefully, you know, the start of you being here, us being here, the alumni coming back and supporting it. You know, being able to change the facilities, get better facilities, get better recruits in. You know, I think that all plays a big part in, you know, changing the tradition or keeping the tradition here that Coach Robinson started.
Yes, it does. I just appreciate you, man, understanding the pressure that I feel, because I do. I mean, when you take this job, you're expected to win. You know, you're expected to elevate all of this to a whole different level, and that's my challenge. And so my challenge is to all of our alumni. You know, let's do something about this. Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's make sure that we come in, understand what our student athletes need, and let's do something about it.
And is that where it comes from, Coach? Because like you're saying, Eddie Robinson, you chasing a legend. You know what I'm saying? You want to bring it back there, and you have to, you know, get the alumni together, get the resources back. But you also have to coach a football team. You have to win. You have to set up an offense. You have to establish a strong defense. So, like, what's that support staff that's helping you? Because the guys I'm a Florida guy. RC said it. Like, I criticize HBCUs. So I don't want to make nobody upset. So I'm a Big Five guy, and I've seen that level, and you're trying to get there. Who's that support staff that helps you more than just coaching, that you're doing so much more off the field, damn near on the field?
You know, Shannon, it starts with the vision of the president, right? And then it trickles down to our athletic director. And we set this vision that we want to scale Grambling State University football's program. And we're looking across the country, and I think you guys mentioned it early. I hate to say it, but look what Deion is doing. Look what Eddie George is doing. And if we say we're the best, Grambling State University, then that's the challenge. Why not be the best at everything we do? You know, so I am doing everything I can to continue to educate and have people understand that it's okay to think big. Right? You got to think big. You can't think small, because you stay stuck in that. So let's have big thoughts. Let's do big things. Let's change the face of what this looks like. The brand is the brand, but let's change what this looks like.
How do you feel like the conversations you've had since becoming head coach and trying to implore that alumni come back, to implore that the resources are put into the football team? How do you feel those conversations have gone, and have they changed some of the mindset you think some of those people had before hiring you?
I think they have, Ryan. I think first, the transparency between our alumni and our university is what's key, right? People got to know that if they give dollars, that they're going for what they're giving them for. And that's where it all starts. And so I think you have to create a system that allows people to feel like they have input, you know, in what you're doing. They have input in making a better football facility, a better locker room, a better field, whatever that is. And I think that's where it starts. And then you have to keep that vision going. And I think, again, I've seen the president go to other universities and come back with pictures and say, I like this. I've seen our AD go to other places and come back and say, I like this. And so you have to continue to fuel that as we move forward.
Coach, nitty gritty, man.
Let's go.
We use all these words: resources, better facilities, you know, support systems. It's money.
Yes, it is.
What kind of money is that we talking about? Like number-wise, like what kind of money is going to get Grambling State to where y'all need to be?
Well, I know for a fact if there was $5 million, we can change the face of this really quick. All of it.
Yeah.
You know, because I think there's ways of doing it, and I think there's people that want to help do it. But at the same time, people got to understand what that looks like. But I think it's a state school. I think you guys all know there's rules and regulations.
Yeah.
There's certain things you can do and can't do. But at the same time, I think we need to get out of the processes, right? There's so many things, so many hoops you have to jump through to get this. I don't think, and I get it, but at the same time, what you said is money.
Right.
If I have the money, give me what I need. And that's the way I see it.
So I want to challenge you on this, Coach, because I've been part of an organization that did an extreme facelift, you know, in Jacksonville, in the Jaguars. And they got the biggest jumbotrons in the NFL. They got a beautiful pool right there. So they have the facilities. And I do understand we're talking pros to college.
Yes.
But winning, you know,
y'all still suck.
Yeah, no.
They still suck.
They're not good.
I don't care if they got
get the first pick back-to-back years.
Yeah,
they're not good.
They are hot trash.
You're not good at all. But the point I'm trying to make is, here you have facilities. It's a different league, but you do have facilities. But really, the one X factor, the one common factor, I should say, at the end of the day is winning, right? It's going to always come back to winning. But on this level, you do need resources to help kind of sell the recruits. You know, you got to sell the recruits. What are you going to use as a pitch? When you don't have those resources, you don't really have the pitch. So I know you're kind of, you know, stuck in limbo there.
Yes.
But winning, right, is ultimately
winning,
the ultimate objective.
That's why I'm here, true, right? Let's just be honest. I understand that that's the charge. We got to win. But let's be honest, you kind of said it. It won't be about the jumbotrons and all that other stuff at some point in time. It's about the people, right? People make the buildings. So at the end of the day, it's really about people. So it's about my staff. It's about the resources of the staff members we have around our student athletes. It's about partnering, having a relationship with Urban Edge Network and people who look and see and say, hey, look, we want to help you guys scale this at a high level. So if we can continue to do those things at a high level, I think we have a chance to get there. But I'm like you guys. I want to get there faster than later, right?
Yeah, that was kind of my question. Like how long do you think you have, though, Coach? Because we could see in another place that it happened fast, right? It happened quickly, not only on the field, not only from a resource or facility standpoint, but also now the type of players they're able to recruit. All of that stuff starts with winning. So how long can you give yourself, Coach, or should this school give you in order to turn that around?
Well, look, I'm probably going to be like the school. I want it now. We have Power 5 players that have come to Grambling State University right now. You know, maybe they don't get as publicized as some others, but they're here. And so the expectation is the expectation, and we have to meet that, and I don't run from that. But at the same time, we need to get everything aligned correctly, right? You got to have the right alignment. You got to make sure everybody's collaborative and understand what the vision is and how we're going to get there, or else you can't get there, right? You can't be pulling on different ropes and think you're going to get there. So I think that's the most important part. Let's do this together, because I can't do it by myself. They can't do it by themselves. I'm the leader of the football program, but at the same time, in order, they got to empower me to be able to lead at a high level.
Yeah, I echo that, and I totally agree. But I want to stay on vision and expectation. Today's spring game, what's your vision? What's your expectations? Talk about a few of your top key players, guys that you'll be looking at.
Yeah, I will. My expectation is this is practice 15, right? It's the last day of spring practice for these young men before they get ready for finals and those things, that they'll go compete. They'll compete at a high level. I want to stay healthy, because I think that's so important to get everybody back so we have a chance to hit training camp running with all of our players. But I'm excited to watch John's Simon offensive coordinator, what we do on offense. I'm excited to see Coach Thornton, what they'll do on defense, and Coach Chili Davis on special teams, and just watch the flow of a game. You know, we want to come out and attack this like a game somewhat. We're going to do all those things that would lead up to a game, because this will be our first process in doing that as my football team. And so the most important thing is that, again, we don't want to see turnovers. We want the defense to get them. Right? We want to make sure special teams is special and control and put us in great field position. But watch my coaches play. I'm going to stand on the field with you guys and try to enjoy this as much as I can. I'm going to try not to intervene too much, you know, and just watch and get a feel for where we are, what we've been doing, and see if we can go execute at a high level.
Do the players, all we're talking about, you know, and your coaching staff, the organization, the president, the AD, like everything you're doing, do the players understand it? Do you want them to understand what's going on right now, or do you want them to go play ball?
I want them to understand that these are the things, are the nuts and bolts of our program and what we're trying to do in order to elevate them, right? But at the same time, I want them to go play football. Between the white lines is football. When we're in the meeting rooms and the things they see around campus happening, then those are the things that I want them to experience and say, our value is rising. That the value of them coming to Grambling State University is really important because the coach says it's important. And he's showing me that it's important. He's not just paying lip service to it.
Hey, Coach, I got to ask you, I'm a defensive guy. You an offensive guy. I know you've been on both sides of the ball.
He did it all.
What's the score going to look like? Because sometimes y'all will cook up the offense and put the defense in bad situations just to have a high fly. I know how your offensive people work, man.
They ain't putting any hot sauce over here and ketchup over there. Nah, we had a scrimmage a week and a half ago, and I think the defense thought they were going to beat up on the offense, and I looked up and it was 28-6, real quick. And I had to stop it. I mean,
because you're the head coach. You can't just be on one side of the ball.
It was getting bad. Wait a minute, guys. What's going on over here? So, again, it's fun to watch these young men come out, practice against each other every day, and then in real live game situations, how do they handle that? And that's how I get to evaluate them and see who is under pressure in a real environment can really handle it and do it at a high level.
Coach, this is the last one from me. And we talked extensively yesterday throughout practice. You talked about how smart and aware a lot of the players are, some of the recruits that are coming in, you know, their IQs on the field. You know, just for the people, I got to talk about academics, right?
Yes.
Off the field, outside of the white line. Do we have any future leaders, any future scientists or attorneys or anything here on the squad?
We do. You know, it's really amazing because I think that's the first part of my job. Let's be honest. I can't go into a home and sell that we're talking about student athletes if I really don't emphasize the student. So we're really trying to make sure that we recruit the next best leaders of the world. And that's where it starts. I truly believe they go hand in hand. I don't think you can be a really good student and a great football player. I think those things work together. I don't think you can be a not very good student and a good football player because football IQ is so important. And the way we're teaching the game is different. I mean, I am creating the NFL model here so our players understand in the meetings, so they understand what that's going to look like. That it's a job interview every day. Every day in the National Football League, you have to interview to be on the team. And that's the way it is here right now. And so we're going to continue to create that. So, yes, I think on our team today, the cupboard was not left bare. I mean, Coach Fobbs did a great job here. So there are some players here that I think have a chance to really ascend off the field and be something special.
I mean, I think in the end, when you look at what college coaches are supposed to do, it's supposed to have these young men leave here as better humans.
Absolutely.
Right? Whether it's on the field, off the field, in the classrooms, future husbands, future fathers. And I think that's the thing that you're tasked to do. And I believe that's the thing you will do. And that's why you're here. But, Coach, we appreciate you giving us some time. We're going to get some players up here. We're going to get the president up. You know what I mean? So we'll keep this thing rolling, bro. All love, Coach.
Guys, man.
Looking forward to a great day.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much. Thank you.
So now we got DJ Dub. He going to spin some tunes. He ain't going to be like me because I'm DJ Weakwater. All I do is spin gold.
Witness it, got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless. Niggas send me cap pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Yeah, good gracious, grace is good. Who misunderstood? Second chances, coming still, even when they shouldn't. Second glances, setting fires in my mental. Now I'm back down. The mountain wasn't accidental, Feeling rich, baby, check on the wrist. Bless me with the finest miss, baby, do not kiss, tell you how I'm living. Boy, I'm Will Smithin', keep my mind fresh, I'm in mint condition. Okay, watch that. Talk back, I'm still wearing all black. I just passed, I will not slack. I've been fed up with the crumbs, I'm a pro now. And plus I function by myself just like a pro now.
Limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Trust, limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Hey, y'all ain't catch that. Homie, y'all sleep like salmon. I ain't worried about my brand. Ooh, I made my bio, my cash app. I'm never defined by skin. No, I ain't make some black. Why even ask me that? That's how dated like cat dad. But I'm old school like Rat Pack. But never old two like flashback. This girl try to get in my bag. Nah, get behind me like backpack. I gotta make this clear. Gotta get the pic like abstract. If they wanna be like me, then I'ma disappear like Snapchat. Alright, John, how you? Doing okay? Much better now, I found my way. I bet everything I had, then it got bigger. That's parlay. Wait, that's called faith. I'm finna bounce, but one more thing. Think y'all mispronounce my name. Round this way, he called me saint.
Back at my mental bag, feeling like a reverend. Turn my L's into lucky sevens. Came from roaches and reapproach the furniture. Not hosting the illest question ever heard. Slur, blur, hey, wait, why you causing such confusion? Why you in multiple movements? How you ruling with the pen like a student? Cause I go deep, tie deep. When I get to peep, need 5 feet. See me run a ringside reach. On the system, my man John Key. Yeah, you under the basket. Wondering how do we manage? Taking the game with no handling. Analyze who y'all, bring it back to the schoolyard. Lesson on me, I got blessings on me in a decimal league. Hands high for Jehovah the Jeep. He made me limitless with a speak. Limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Trust, limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Hold up, limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Trust, limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Yeah, good gracious, grace is good. Who misunderstood? Second chances, coming still, even when they shouldn't. Second glances, setting fires in my mental. Now I'm back down. The mountain wasn't accidental, Feeling rich, baby, check on the wrist. Bless me with the finest miss, baby, do not kiss, tell you how I'm living. Boy, I'm Will Smithin', keep my mind fresh, I'm in mint condition. Okay, watch that. Talk back, I'm still wearing all black. I just passed, I will not slack. I've been fed up with the crumbs, I'm a pro now. And plus I function by myself just like a pro now.
Limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Trust, limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Hey, y'all ain't catch that. Homie, y'all sleep like salmon. I ain't worried about my brand. Ooh, I made my bio my cash app. I'm never defined by skin. No, I ain't make some black. Why even ask me that? That's outdated like cat dad. But I'm old school like Rat Pack. But never old two like flashback. This girl try to get in my bag. Nah, get behind me like backpack. I gotta make this clear. Gotta get the pic like abstract. If they wanna be like me, then I'ma disappear like Snapchat. Alright, John, how you? Doing okay. Much better now, I found my way. I bet everything I had, then it got bigger. That's parlay. Wait, that's called faith. I'm finna bounce, but one more thing. Think y'all mispronounce my name. Round this way, he called me Saint.
Back at my mental bag, feeling like a reverend. Turn my L's into lucky sevens. Came from roaches and reapproaching for the children. Not hosting the illest coach you ever heard. Slur, blur, hey, wait, why you causing such confusion? Why you in multiple movements? How you ruling with the pen like a student? Cause I go G-Tidy. When I get to Pete, need 5 feet. See me run a ringside reach. On the system, my man John Key. Yeah, you under the basket. Wondering how do we manage? Taking the game with no handling. Analyze who y'all, bring it back to the schoolyard. Lesson on me, I got blessings on me in a decimal league. Hands high for Jehovah the G. He made me limitless with a speak. Limitless, niggas to me car pinning it. I father here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me car pinning it. I father here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Hold up, limitless, niggas to me car pinning it. I father here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me car pinning it. I father here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Yeah, good gracious. Grace is good, who misunderstood? Second chances, coming still, even when they shouldn't. Second glances, setting fires in my mental. Now I'm back down. The mountain wasn't accidental, Feeling rich, baby, check on the wrist. Bless me with the finest miss, baby, do not kiss, tell you how I'm living. Boy, I'm Will Smithin'. Keep my mind fresh, I'm in mint condition. Okay, watch that. Talk back, I'm still wearing all black. I just passed, I will not slack. I've been fed up with the crumbs, I'm a pro now. And plus I function by myself just like a pro now.
Limitless, niggas to me car pinning it. I father here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me car pinning it. I father here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Hey, y'all ain't catch that. Homie, y'all sleep like salmon. I ain't worried about my brand. Ooh, I made my bio my cash app. I'm never defined by skin. No, I ain't make some black. Why even ask me that? That's outdated like cat dad. But I'm old school like Rat Pack. But never old two like flashback. This girl try to get in my bag. Nah, get behind me like backpack. I gotta make this clear. Gotta get the pic like abstract. If they wanna be like me, then I'ma disappear like Snapchat. Alright, John, how you? Doing okay. Much better now, I found my way. I bet everything I had, then it got bigger. That's parlay. Wait, that's called faith. I'm finna bounce, but one more thing. Think y'all mispronounce my name. Round this way, he called me Saint.
Back at my mental bag, feeling like a reverend. Turn my L's into lucky sevens. Came from roaches and reapproaching for the children. Not hosting the illest coach you ever heard. Slur, hey, wait,
we got to listen to DJ Dub. The band's in the back playing. Oh wait, I think they just finished. Man, we had Hue Jack up here. Now we got Dr. Scott, the athletic director of Grambling University. So just tell us how you're feeling today. What's the excitement like around today's spring game?
Well, I think you can see it. You know, it's been a tremendous opportunity for Grambling State University really to take center stage and really show who we are. Obviously, this is the icon of black college sports and really just sports in general. And so when you see the pageantry and the history, the togetherness of the Graham fam, I think it's something, even in the spring, that's unmatched, to be honest.
Hey, we talked to a bunch of people. We've been here for a couple of days now, talking to people, and they said the excitement behind the organization with Coach Hue coming in. They want that change. Like, is there pressure on you? Because Hue was just up here and said he feels the pressure. You feel the pressure? Like, this got to happen, baby.
Yeah, you do feel it. I tell a story, and they tease me all the time about my first day on campus in August, and crossing the overpass and coming over College Drive and riding down R.W.E. Jones and making a right and understanding, wow, right? This is hollow ground. This is a place where winning is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And so with winning, obviously, comes the responsibility of doing all of the things that you need to do to win. Obviously, there has to be some structural components in place. We have to choose and, in terms of acquiring the best talent, in terms of coaches, we've got to put coaches in a position to be successful. That trickles down to our student athletes. And then we've got to engage the community. We've got to engage our stakeholders, our administration, to do it together. And so, yes, you do feel the pressure. But I view it more as an opportunity to really live up to it. It's not something that we run from. And we're ready for it. And we started this, Coach Jackson obviously, being the benchmark hire. But we've got that positive momentum across the board in athletics. Volleyball is taking a step forward.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to engage in a search for a head soccer coach. And so that culture shift now is real. And you see it, you feel it, our student athletes feel it, our alums rather are starting to feel it, our administration is feeling it as well. And so we're ready to take the next step forward, not just to dominate in one sport, but to dominate across the board and to forward the agenda of our institution, which is to educate our students and our student athletes.
So you mentioned that you started in August, so you've been here less than a year. You got a lot of work to do, right? Just your mindset, when you said, all right, we got to change the football staff. We got to get some coaches in here, some guys that'll eventually, get some good players in here, and we can move forward as need be. What was the thought in hiring Coach Jackson?
Wow. Well, I think the biggest thing, when you come on our campus and you understand, again, the history of what Coach Robinson spent 56 years building, you don't want to stray away from that. Obviously, we want to win football games, but we want to continue to build men. We want to continue to structure things in the way that Coach Robinson would have wanted it. And so that is never something, obviously, that we would stray away from. We also wanted someone who understood how to develop young men to ultimately realize their goals of playing in the NFL. Now, we don't all won't, but at least to have someone to be able to invest and sow seeds in them, to prepare them, whether that be mentally, physically, you're preparing them for life, right? So, and looking and trying to develop, what we thought was, the perfect coach, for the fit of what is Grambling. And he checked all the boxes. Actually, he exceeded them. He's passionate, he's knowledgeable, he's articulate, he cares about his players, he cares about building men, and quite frankly, I don't think we could have made a better hire. So I'm excited about not only Coach Jackson, but his staff as well, and what they're doing to again, shift the culture of Grambling football and Grambling athletics.
Part of shifting culture, especially if you listen to a lot of the things that Hue is saying, is having the backing, having the support. What have you done since hiring Coach Hue to try to get that from, whether it be alumni, folks close to the university, those people who they call friends of Grambling State? What have you done to get them involved to allow Coach Hue to do some of the things that he wants to do here at Grambling?
Ask.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
You have not because you ask not. We've got a lot of, again, alums, stakeholders, corporate entities, corporations who will come and partner with us in helping us to improve the quality of the student athlete experience. And so, we've simply asked. We've been able to put resources into Coach Jackson's facility. We've been able to pour resources into his recruiting budget and things of that nature, travel budget, and we're going to do more of that. But we're doing that to raise the profile of the department. So just as we would for our football program, obviously, we would do the same for our other 14 sports. Because again, that expectation is to win. And when you have winners, people want to invest in them, right? But you have to ask on the front end. So it's not something that, hey, you win and then you ask. You have to ask and have people to believe in the process of what you're doing. And that's what we've been able to do.
And what's because I'll tell you, he asked me for some money, I don't know where it's going. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let me hold 10. what you got to pay a bill? You know, like I need to know where the money going. People that out there, alumni that are here, like what's the priority list right now with the athletic department? If you do ask them to give back to their university, what's that list that you're selling them on?
Well, I think it's for the holistic experience. Facilities is key. Nutrition is key. You know, obviously, you know, recruiting and travel budgets and being able to go out and recruit the best and the brightest talent of a student athlete that you can, right? You know, so those are the three stalwarts for us. Again, it's talent acquisition, and then it's talent development. But also you have to be able to provide the bare necessities for the student athletes. And so that training table piece is important, that strength and conditioning piece is important, that student athlete welfare and well-being piece is important as well.
Yeah, you mentioned traveling a few times. You mentioned traveling. You know, I went to University of Florida, and I know like most D1 or Power 5 schools, when we got these nice big chartered jets, we're able to move around. I just don't know. How does a Grambling State or most HBCUs travel from game to game?
Well, it depends on where you're going. If we're going there somewhere regional, usually we bus it. Okay. If it's a Dallas or Houston, we bus it. But we've had the opportunity.
3 hours, 4 hours?
Usually about 6.
Okay.
Is usually the cap for a group of 150. I mean, football is a huge machine, obviously, with 115, 120 guys and everything else that goes with it, right? So about 6 hours, we'll bus it. Never ever exceed 8, because again, now you're talking about leaving a day in advance. But we have had the opportunity to charter. We chartered to Canton, Ohio last year. We chartered to Florida A&M and Tallahassee last year as well, and we'll charter to Bethune-Cookman this year. So plans are in place to have that as part of the travel. And again, it's something that needs to become the norm, and hopefully, you know, we can start to charter for those shorter trips in the near future.
Well, I went to LSU, and this year, LSU's women's basketball team played Jackson State in the first round of the NCAA tournament, and in that, I got to get that feeling again. My cousin, my favorite cousin, he went to Alcorn State, played football there, SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, went to the league. And so growing up, for me, the Gramblings, the Southerns, the Alcorn States, those were the schools that I envisioned going to, that I envisioned being a part of. And then recruiting started. And once recruiting started, I said, well, probably not, right? That I could go get a better level of support somewhere else. Where do you want to get this school to holistically, whether it be women's basketball, volleyball, soccer, football? How do you get the entire program, all of the athletics, to be a place where kids who are growing up like me, who are saying, you know what, I want the SWAC experience, I want to go to HBCU, where they don't get to high school and that mindset switches?
Exactly.
How do you get people to look at Grambling State that we are just as good as a PWI?
Well, there's a couple ways. One, I think you put a really good product on the field. You do the things we talked about earlier. I think there's a space to be able to leverage, obviously, media platforms, social media and things of that nature, but also just being able to move together, right? And so, you know, the thing the way I envision this program is not to be good, is not to be great, it's to be elite. And the way that you do that is you identify the best possible coaches, and they share resources. You know, we have conversations in our head coaches meeting about head coaches, about iron sharpening iron, right? Our head coaches now have the freedom to share resources. They talk all the time.
Yeah.
And now I've got Hue Jackson recruiting volleyball players, right? And it has to happen, because as we move, we have to move together. And so I think that's the biggest thing. The second thing to that is to have our student athletes believe, right, and enjoy the experience. This is not a 4-year experience. You guys went to Power 5, PWIs, and the SEC, right? Why not us?
Yeah.
Right. But we can. But we have to take the necessary steps, not be afraid to ask, and really be able to provide the environment and utilize our greatest resource to our advantage, and that's our students, right? We saw the World Fame just march in here and march out. That's our band. That's our admins, our president. He's you can see him. You know, he's visual. He's everywhere. And so we've got the support that we need. We just have to keep, day by day, brick by brick, you know, really investing in our program, and I think we'll get there.
Well, look, thank you so much for your time. I think this was something that was educational for all of us, and it is going to be about what we can do, or what you guys can do as a university. It won't just be on the football team. Right. It won't just be on Hue. But listen, man, this is Louisiana. You know, football runs this state. And so we're excited for y'all, excited for where this program is going, and we appreciate your time, Dr. Scott.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. And now we're about to get DJ Dub!
Appreciate it.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me kind pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me kind pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Yeah, good gracious, grace is good. Who misunderstood? Second chances, coming still, even when they shouldn't. Second glances, setting fires in my mental. Now I'm back down. The mountain wasn't accidental, Feeling rich, baby, check on the wrist. Bless me with the finest miss, baby, do not kiss, Tell you how I'm living, boy, I'm Will Smithin'. Keep my mind fresh, I'm in mint condition. Okay, watch that. Talk back, I'm still wearing all black. I just passed, I will not slack. I've been fed up with the crumbs, I'm a pro now. And plus I function by myself just like a pro now.
Limitless, niggas to me kind pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me kind pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Hey, y'all ain't catch that. Homie, y'all sleep like salmon. I ain't worried about my brand.
We're back. They still going. DJ Dub need to quit. Somebody tell DJ Dub. DJ Dub won't quit. That's what happens. Sometimes
he was wide open.
You know what I mean? Hey, sometimes when the Q dogs get going and the DJ pumping, they don't know when to stop. It's all good. If that was noops, that'll never happen. We know how to behave in a very orderly fashion. That's what we do. Y'all see it? Yo. Hey, listen, we got, hey, it's all good. Listen, we got Wesley Green, defensive tackle.
Hey, they say they're going to run you out of here. They say they're going to run you away from here.
You know, sometimes they have a bad perception of noops that we saw. That ain't it.
See, but that
ain't no running.
But altogether, really, that's why you love HBCU experience. It's nothing like it, man.
Nah, it's a beautiful experience. And speaking of that experience, we have Wesley Green. He's a defensive tackle here at Grambling State. Welcome to the Pivot.
Thank you.
You know, you are our first college student athlete to be on the Pivot. Just give us a little bit of what it's like to be the D tackle of the Grambling State University football team.
You know, I've been here since 2017, so I've been here a little minute. So me as a D tackle, you know, I've been through, the last defense I was a regular nose, but this defense, I'm like a shade or a 3-tech. So, you know, I just play everything, you know, it's experience doing that. And, you know, the versatility I have to do that too.
But the versatility is fine, and the football is fine. What's the life like? What is a regular day here at Grambling like for you?
Well, I stay on campus, so I kick my own breakfast at home. And, you know, I'm in grad school too because I graduated last semester. So I usually just go to class, then we work out, and we have practice, really. It's simple,
Yeah. And choosing Grambling, because you were here before Hue, obviously. You've been here for a second. And then choosing Grambling, why did you choose? I'm sure you had a bunch of other office places. Why did you choose Grambling to come here and spend your 4 years? And now you say at graduate school, 5-6 years.
Well, out of high school, I didn't have a lot. I went to a good school, but I didn't have a lot of offers. So when I came to Grambling, I didn't know. Like at first in Dallas, you know, they had the Cotton Bowl and all that. I didn't really know about Grambling except that game. So coming to Grambling was like an eye opener because I didn't really know. So when I came here, I got to learn about it.
The experience here is different. You know, people that and students or athletes that go to HBCUs, there's a different type of tie to these schools. There's a different type of pride that you guys take. Now that you've been here, you know, like you said, for 5 years and you've been through different coaches, what are you hoping that Hue Jackson and now you as the leader of this team can change about Grambling State football?
I hope that they change, you know, like the culture really, because what he's doing, I feel like it's going upward. Because I feel like all these, you know, last spring game we had, it was not this many people, but it was still a crowd, but you know, it wasn't this many people. So I think, you know, the exposure, you know, it's really just the exposure he got to change really, you know, get more eyes on this.
Well, what have you seen? What was the biggest thing you say since Coach Jackson got here? Like that difference that you saw. Day one.
Probably the first one. Day one was a facility. He changed around.
Yeah.
The floors, the walls were changed. We came in.
The practices, the approach
practices,
to the game.
Practices we did. The whole thing switched up. Like everything, the whole culture changed. So it's a whole different ball game with him.
Do you aspire to go to the next level? And if so, what player do you think you model your game after? Who's your favorite player?
Aaron Donald probably, that's a gimme.
He's super rich too.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Oh my gosh, he got 4 for 120 the other day.
Still a D tackle. Brandon, he played for the Ravens.
Which
Brandon,
one?
I forgot his last name.
You got me on that one.
You know what I'm talking about?
You got
98,
me.
98.
Wait, once you get out of like Fletcher Cox, Chris Jones, AD, my defensive tackle knowledge goes.
He's my size though, so I look at people my size. So I really look at
Vita Vea.
Vita Vea.
Yeah, he's big.
There you go.
Shade nose, Vita Vea. Yeah,
he's good too.
He's a monster.
But it's a lot of the nose tackles are not really, ends. I look at nose tackles in the game.
So growing up, you say you're from Dallas, right?
Yes, sir.
So growing up in Dallas, were the Cowboys your favorite team?
Yes, sir.
So if you had an opportunity to play for the Cowboys, what would that do for you?
I think it would be great, like a great opportunity, because nobody from like DeSoto or the Dallas area play for the Cowboys except, I don't know, not a lot of people from Dallas play for the Cowboys, so that'd probably be a good opportunity.
And you went to DeSoto, so that's a high school with a ton of Power 5, of D1 signees, commits, guys that have gone to the league. When you were coming to Grambling State after that, was your thought, you know what, I could do the same thing at Grambling State as all of those guys could do at the Power 5 schools?
Mm-hmm. Like when I signed in 2017, that was kind of like the change when like people started coming to HBCUs at first. Mm-hmm. But that's probably in 2017, that's when the HBCUs started getting their housing people, especially in Dallas area. Nobody came to HBCUs out of Dallas until 17 really.
Well, man, listen, we wish you the best.
I wanted to ask him this before he got off. You mentioned that you earned your degree, correct?
Yes, sir.
In what?
Sports management, kinesiology.
What do you plan to do going forward?
I want to be going to LA director, be that type of job, or like a sports information director.
Mm-hmm. So what's your day-to-day? You've already graduated. You don't have to deal with class. You just practice. You can really focus in becoming a better player and helping your teammates becoming better players and men. What's your day-to-day like?
Like I said, I get up for breakfast check. Then we have weights on the days we don't practice, and we practice at 1 o'clock or at 3 o'clock. We got to be up at 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. So that's about it. Really just practicing, really, kind of. I hate to say that, but yeah.
And I'll leave you with this. Do you have a message for the alum, the people that will be attending the game today?
It's a different time in Grambling, so, we need all y'all support, really.
That's good. Good stuff.
Hey, man, I got to ask you, man, because it closed down early around here. What's the party like, man? I got to ask, man. Do you have fun?
When COVID hit, it kind of shut everything down, but it started to get back up since COVID leaving. Yeah.
So we ain't there yet. We got kicked out of Chili's last night.
I never heard of that.
Hey. That's because we tried to stay at Chili's too late, man. It was time to come home anyway to host the show. But we appreciate you, man. We look forward to watching you on the field. And now we have the Arkesis Dance Company coming up, and they're going to do a little something. And I'm going to watch and see if I can learn some moves. Here we go.
Appreciate you, big bro. Thank you.
I'm never defined by skin. No, I ain't make some black. Why even ask me that? That's how dated like cat dad. But I'm old school like Rat Pack. But never old two like Flashback. This girl try to get in my bag. Nah, get behind me like backpack. I gotta make this clear. Gotta get the pic like abstract. If they wanna be like me, then I'ma disappear like Snapchat. Alright, John, how you? Doing okay. Much better now, I found my way. I bet everything I had, then it got bigger. That's parlay. Wait, that's called faith. I'm finna bounce, but one more thing. Think y'all mispronounce my name. Round this way, he called me Saint.
Back at my mental bag, feeling like a river. Turn my L's into lucky sevens. Came from roaches and re-approaching furniture. And not hosting the illest coach you ever heard. Slur, blur, hey, wait, why you causing such confusion? Why you in multiple movements? How you ruling with the pen like a student? Cause I go G-tie deep. When I get to peep, need 5 feet. See me ball the ringside reach. On the system, my man John Key. Yeah, you under the basket. Wondering how do we manage? Taking the game with no handling. Analyze rise, analyze who y'all, bring it back to the schoolyard. Lesson on me, I got blessings on me in a decimal leap. Hands high for Jehovah the Jeep. He made me limitless with a speak. Limitless, niggas to me, can't pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On a mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Trust, limitless. Niggas to me, can't pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On a mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On a mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Trust, limitless. Niggas to me, can't pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On a mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got.
I'm comfortable.
Well, you know what they say, man. Any good defense is built through the middle, right?
Yes.
So we had a D tackle, nose guard. Now we move to the linebacker position, and I'm just happy, man, that we got Joshua Reed up here. Because Jay Reed, you're the first tough linebacker we've ever had on this show. Because we've had this dude for every single show, and he is tissue soft. And the one thing that Hue J said about you was you are see ball, get ball. What's your playing style like, and why do you love playing the linebacker position?
I mean, I just like being the captain of the defense. You know, I like to be in control of everything because I know that I'm going to give my all to it. So I study film real hard. I'm always in my playbook. I'm constantly just making sure I know my surroundings of everything that's going on. So just in case someone on the field in a different position gets lost, I can help them out. You know, I want to be in that position to help everyone on the team so we can be successful as a defense.
And then playing middle linebacker, like you're saying, being that admiral on the field, telling people what to do.
Yes, sir.
How do you balance, like saying, that study, that cerebral side, to let me go out here and knock the hell out of somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, it's honestly, I don't think about just going out there trying to hit somebody hard. You know, I just do my job, and then I know that the hard hits and all that stuff, it comes with the just playing. I don't think about it. You know, I just kind of let it come. It's naturally a part of my game.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I play on the opposite side of the ball. These two, my co-hosts, defense, safety, linebacker. I play running back, and if I'm on this side of the ball, and if I look over, and no disrespect, but if I see you, I'm gonna think I'm gonna run him over first because you're not that big. But Coach Hue, he said you have the biggest heart of any player he's seen.
Yes, sir. But
so how does that? Do you know that going to the game that you're a little bit undersized, but you know you got to give more?
Yes, sir. I know it's all about what's in your heart. You know, if size matter, you know we'll consider the elephant the king of the jungle. I just see that it's all about what's in here and just, you know, having that passion and that pride to where I know that if you step on this field with me, I'm going to make sure you remember me.
So, with that, is there any, when you look at your schedule, I know you've looked at it already.
Yes, sir.
You talk about how you study and how you prepare, so I know you've looked at all the different teams on the schedule. Is there a particular team that you're most excited to play?
I'm just ready for week 1. We take one team at a time. And that's my goal is Arkansas State. Then we play Northwestern. Then we go to Jackson State. So my goal is to take one game at a time, get prepared, and win that week and go 1-0.
Being a kid from Houston and then coming to school here at Grambling State, was it sort of a culture shock how different the places were for you?
At first it was, but I have a little family in the area, so they kind of made it feel like home a little pretty faster than normal than most people would. But so far I like it. It's a great place.
Yeah. And you being the captain of the defense and everybody respecting you that guy, and now the new coaching staff comes in. Like, did the coaches get with you? As a captain, as the leader, and say, hey, we all got to get on the same page. How was this transition when Coach Hue came in?
Man, it was great. When he first came in, we talked. He asked me to lead the stretches when they first got here, because we first got introduced to workouts. So when he needed someone to step up right then, and I knew I could be the guy for him. And then he came to me, we talked, and I made sure I'm staying on top of my game and being right so everyone can be in the right position.
In every school or every organization, there is a class or a draft class or a group of people that change a team, right? You look at the Golden State Warriors, when you get Draymond, you get Clay, you get Steph, that team becomes a different team. You think about the LA Rams now, they bring in the Von Millers and Matthew Staffords and all them, and that changes a team. You can have an opportunity now with Coach Jackson to be the guy or be the leader of a team that changes what Grambling State football has been for the last few years.
Yes,
is there a lot of pressure on you? Do you feel a lot of pressure on you to be the guy that leads this team to do that?
At first I had a lot of pressure, but then when I just calmed down, I sat and I thought, and I just just be yourself. Don't have no doubt about anything, and I just 100% believe in that I can be the leader of this team.
Are y'all famous around here? Like, it's a small little city. What is it? Monroe, Ruston, and Grambling. We done been through all of them and seen everybody met everybody here.
Yes,
but like, if y'all walk as a starter, as the team captain, starter, quarterback, like, when y'all walking somewhere, do people know you?
Yes, they recognize us. Yes, sir, they do.
Y'all famous though, like they run up to you?
At the Chili's?
Run up, but
Chili's, man. You go to Chili's, you get a,
they probably not run up on it, but they'll probably be like, oh, y'all on the team, they'll speak, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that, but nothing too crazy. No.
And the girls too?
Yes, sir.
That's what he cares about.
Good looking dude, man.
He has a cat. Is he a male dime like you?
Yeah, you about a 9. You a 9, bro. But I'm a standard, so you ain't
Does your family get an opportunity to come back and see you play?
Yes, sir. Well, I actually lost my mom right before the season last year, and that was really my support system. It was just me, her, and my grandmother. And then my dad came along. He helped out a lot with me, and he supported me. But mainly it's just, like, I don't really have a lot of family that come. But the family I do come, I appreciate everything they do for me.
That's good stuff.
That's awesome, man. And the thing is this too, man. Any support is a lot of support, man. And I'm sure they're very proud of the young man you are and also the football player you've become.
Yes,
so we appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
We got Tyler Thomas coming up because we got to get some offense in here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So Freddie T could finally feel protected, man. So we appreciate you, dog.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Nice having you.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother.
I love
Hey, good luck. Keep doing your thing. Yes, sir. All right.
What up, T?
Hey, man, straight, bro.
What's happening?
Big
Hey,
man.
man,
What's
what's
up,
happening?
big man? Let's go. Straight. That's all right.
Well, listen, man, I don't even like offensive players like that. Like Freddie T, but I'm just being honest.
They gentle. They
Like
gentle
they're
people.
like just they're such gentle and kind and sweet humans.
And they tell them exactly what to do.
Yeah, you get on the field, y'all really cheating, right? Think about this. They tell y'all know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then we got to react and stop y'all. And then what I heard is, though, Tyler, that the defense been killing y'all the whole spring. That's what Hue said up here. Hue was like, man, I had to stop it. It was 28-6, and the defense was killing them.
Offense.
Oh, that's offense? Oh, my bad.
See, but this is the thing. This is the thing, and they both know that offensive players, they're much smarter than the defensive
Way
guys.
smarter.
And another thing, you can't win games without points.
No, sir.
You can't win games if you don't score any either. So
But
we can stop the team.
But
Tie is the best you can do with a good defense.
As the center, this is where it all starts.
Yeah.
If you don't get the calls, if you don't snap the ball appropriately, there's no play.
Yeah.
And again, you're not going to score any points, right?
Yeah.
So we have to be the most intelligent of all 22 players that are out there. We have to be the most intelligent. So don't take that from them.
No.
So, man, from what we hear, man, you're a guy on the offensive line that can do whatever needed. If it has to play tackle, you can play tackle. If you have to play center, you can play center. Really a glue guy on that line.
Yes, sir.
But what is it about being here and being a glue guy for the university? You guys have an opportunity to change Grambling State football.
Yes, sir.
How excited are you for this year and having a coach like Hue Jackson?
I mean, I'm super excited. You know, it's always a blessing to be here, you know. I'm just blessed to be able to play this game every day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, don't listen. No. This is not college game day. I'm not your teacher. Don't give me that. Oh, you know, it's just a blessing to be here. I just feel so blessed. Like church tomorrow. Church is tomorrow. I want to know when he in the Bayou Classic.
Yeah.
And the Jaguars standing across from him. What is it gonna feel like when he get to put his face mask on their face mask, and then people start looking at Grambling State different?
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with blessings. I wasn't trying to bless nobody out there.
He gonna bless the man in front of him if he act right.
Offense. Offense. That's what happened when you bring offense. I'm not asking him no more questions, Freddie T. You got to take it over. Ask him some offensive questions, and maybe you'll get a better answer.
So what's the chemistry? I know you guys have a few different guys that you've been shuffling in and out of the quarterback position. Mm-hmm. And with that as a center, you know, different guys have different cadences, you know, different voice, you know, enunciations or whatever. What's it like, you know, having to snap to all these different guys?
I mean, at the same time, you know, we're still getting to learn everybody at the same time. But I feel like we're going to support whoever's in the quarterback room, you know. Everybody's the QB1, whoever's in the game, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's no different snapping to E3 or snapping to K-Way, you know what I'm saying?
And then with Coach Jackson coming in, guru now, NFL guy, NFL head coach. What's his offense hard to learn? What's it like, you know, what is it like playing with a coach, playing in an offense like him? Because you don't got to badmouth the last guy, but just seeing that now you have a damn offensive guru coaching your offense.
I think the biggest thing with Coach Jackson is the language. You know, the language just changed a lot. I think with the old offense, it was just a little more basic, dumbed down a little bit for a college level. You know, Coach Jackson is introducing us to different languages. Like, he called a linebacker the dog the other day. I didn't even know what that was. You know what I'm saying? And a blitz, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He really explained to us what a true blitz was. Right. And just certain things are starting to make sense more and more. But the offense itself, I wouldn't say it's too complicated.
I mean that's awesome, too, to listen to you say now you're learning some of those things. Obviously, when you have a coach that's been on that level, their job is to prepare you for that next level. Not only that next level as a player, but that next level at life. When you have a guy like Hue J, John Simon, who is your offensive coordinator, played with me in Washington, and you're seeing all of these men that have been successful not only at this level, but at the next level, but also in business. What are you trying to learn from this new coaching staff that you take with you when you leave from Grambling State?
Well, I think this new coaching staff is full of successful black men. So I'm trying to learn everything, you know. That goes from business credit to regular credit. I'm trying to learn real estate, you know. I'm trying to pick up as many keys as I can from everybody at this point.
I think that's the true, not only key to being a great football player, but key to being a great man. And from everything that we've heard about you, from having you up here, it's obvious that you'll be successful at both, man. So we really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Do we have DJ Doug one more time?
Good luck to you.
Thank you. I'll live, baby.
You hear me? I'm getting hot, coach. That one said, she wanted me to wear that thick sweatshirt. I'm not wearing that.
Oh, no, that's too much.
Got the key, only vision I can trust, limitless. Niggas send me camping in it. I fought the here to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On a mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Yeah, good gracious, grace is good. Who misunderstood? Second chances, coming still, even when they shouldn't. Second glances, setting fires in my mental. Now I'm back down. The mountain wasn't accidental, Feeling rich, baby, check on the wrist. Bless me with the finest miss, baby, do not kiss, tell you how I'm living. Boy, I'm Will Smithin'. Keep my mind fresh, I'm in mint condition. Okay, watch that. Talk back, I'm still wearing all black. I just passed, I will not slack. I've been fed up with the crumbs, I'm a pro now. And plus I function by myself just like a pro now.
Limitless. Take a stomach, got a pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless. Niggas stomach, got a pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Hey, y'all ain't catch that. Homie, y'all sleep like salmon. I ain't worried about my brand. Ooh, I made my bio my cash app. I'm never defined by skin. No, I ain't make some black. Why even ask me that? That's how dated like cat dad. But I'm old school like Rat Pack. But never old two like flashback. This girl try to get in my bag. Nah, get behind me like backpack. I gotta make this clear. Gotta get the pic like abstract. If they wanna be like me, then I'ma disappear like Snapchat. Alright, John, how you? Doing okay. Much better now, I found my way. I bet everything I had, then it got bigger. That's parlay. Wait, that's called faith. I'm finna bounce, but one more thing. Think y'all mispronounce my name. Round this way, he called me saint.
Back at my mental bag, feeling like a reverend. Turn my ass in the lucky sevens. Came from roaches and reapproach the furniture. They're not hosting the illest coach you ever heard. Blur. Hey, wait, why you causing such confusion? Why you in multiple movements? How you ruling with the pen like a student? Cause I go G-tidy. When I catch a peep, need 5 feet. See me ball the ringside reach. On the system, my man John Key. Yeah, you under the basket. Wondering how do we manage? Taking the game with no handling. Analyze, true yard, bring it back to the schoolyard. Lesson on me, I got blessings on me in a decimal leap. Hand side for Jehovah the Jeep. He made me limitless with a speak. Limitless, niggas stomach got a pin in it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Well, we got a special guest. A guest I'm sure we woke up out of his sleep and asked him to be on the show. But it's my former teammate, man. Jason Hatcher, played for the Cowboys, played in Washington, but more importantly, played right here at Grambling State University, man. So welcome, man. Happy to have you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, man.
Say, dog, as one of the representatives, right, from this university, how much pride do you take in the fact that you're a Grambling State Tiger?
Oh, so much pride. When I got here in 01, Doug, of course, my mentor, he took me to took me through all the legends here and what Eddie Robinson, what it meant to him. And when I tell people this all the time, when I got drafted, I felt like I came out of LSU, so I didn't feel like I was less than nobody. So it taught me valuable lessons just to be a man, have confidence, and just be proud of the university you come from.
So when you go back and when you walk through the museum, like, what is that? I know what it felt like for me. I feel somewhat connected to HBCUs and black sports, black athletics. And for me walking in there, I was like, wow. So something just came over me. I was telling these guys, I don't know what that feeling was, but I know it felt different. You know what I'm saying? And I was honored just to be in the presence of all that greatness, reading about it, seeing it. What's it like for you as a former player when you get an opportunity to spend some time in there?
It means a lot, man. And started with Coach Rob and Shaq Harris. It's a sense of like moving the needle. And you got Doug Williams. We all know the story behind that, being the first black quarterback, Shaq, what they had to go through. And it's a true testament to those guys while we all here today as a prestige university. So I got so much pride when I think about that, and I gotta put that on my back everywhere I go and represent it that way.
And Jay, tighten me up on this, because I've been critical of HBCUs, because I'm a Florida. I went to UF. I'm a Florida guy. What did I miss out on? Because I don't think I missed out on anything, but everybody's telling me you miss out on something if you don't come to an HBCU.
I think you miss out on really understanding how to be a black man. You know what I'm saying? So we had a lady named Miss Miles. Miss Miles, man, I used to go in there every time. She used to mentor me. She was my second mom. You had people they would beat your ass if you messed up. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a village. We had a village when we got here. So when we got here, man, we knew it was a home away from home. Like if you screwed up, you get your ass beat, you get corrected. So I think that's what you miss more, like just true understanding how to be black and like have that black support system behind you.
And so, in mentioning that, you mentioned support system, Jay. Obviously, we were at the Black and Gold event last night. You're back here, as an alum. As a guy who's played here, what are the things you want to see happen as this university, this football team, the athletic department moves forward? Because I'm from here. I'm from Louisiana. And I remember how important Southern University was, Grambling State University was. How do we get this school back to the way we used to see it, where it was Doug, where it was Eddie Robinson, where it was the Jason Hatchers, and people got to the league and felt like they came from Power 5 schools?
Yeah, I'm going to say I got respect for all those guys, but I think it's a time to move forward, man. Okay. I don't feel like we should, live in the past no more. These guys, they're younger, they're on Instagram, they deserve better facilities. Man, the practice field, they suck. Man, I walked in here. We got to do better, man. We got to get these kids better so we can get better recruits. I played in the league. I know what good look like. I went to LSU. I've been to Alabama. Why not us? Let's spend the money. Let's get it done so we can get the recruits and be who we're supposed to be. I'm not living in the past no more. This ain't no kumbaya. This is, we got to step up to the facility, these Power 5s, and move forward.
So as an alum and former player, but more so as an alum, there's a lot of excitement around the hiring of Coach Hue J, right? How long does that last? Like sometimes people can get excited and anticipate certain things, but if they don't get those results and that instant gratification, they tend to jump ship. What's the tradition of a Grambling State alum? Are they committed?
Yeah, they committed, but he got a responsibility too to win games, to win games. But at the same time, this process gonna take time because where he come from and what he understand, like he been on the highest level of the NFL, so it's a different perspective that we gotta look through. It's gonna be different. It ain't gonna look the same. It's gonna look professional. Unlike these other coaches, he know what it look like. So I think we got to give him more time to get it there, and don't push back. I think we need to get behind a guy like this, myself included, and just be there for him and see what it look like on the other side.
And that's like as a face, you know what I'm saying? As a face of a dude that came from Grambling and made it to the league, and that's what these boys want to do. These boys want to see the guys we got up here. What is it like for the ex-athletes, the faces, to help out Hue, help out the AD, help out, Doctor and all them, to really get that? If you walk into a room, you might get a bigger endowment than just you walking in by himself.
Right. I think we got to do more. Like I got to show up more. I ain't been back in 10 years, but that's the reason why I ain't been back. It don't look like what I expect. That look like what I expect. I've been at the high level, so I relate to that. It's nothing. I'm not talking down on nobody, but I'm not going to support nothing I don't relate to. So that's why I'm here today. So my expectation for Coach is high. My expectation for myself is high. My expectation for every alumni in this circle in the world is high. So we got to get behind him. I got to come around. I got to show my face. I got to write checks to my alumni. Like I'm asking everybody else to do. So that's what it got to look like.
What's crazy is, I love LSU, but if you ask me questions about LSU in that vein, there isn't that type of passion. There isn't that type of pride. And maybe it's because everybody else does their part too, or everybody else does enough. But do you think some of that is the fact that these faces out here look like us? Right? Like these are our people. And I think that's the thing you mentioned. Learning how to be a black man was something you learned here because it took a village. How excited are you to see now, though, that it is getting back to, even at a spring game, to have that type of excitement surrounding the program?
I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited for these young men to, really see what professionalism look like. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, we come out the womb behind. You know what I'm saying? So I think with coaching, what he do, if he implement his plan, I think he can really raise men to go out in the world, not only football world, but the everyday world, the work world, and be successful.
Right. I think what's the thing that we often do is we put a ton of pressure on ourselves, right? And Jason Hatcher being here, understanding that he's a black man, and now you're so aware of the biases, you're so aware of the adversities. If you could go back and talk to the young Jason Hatcher, which would be talking to these young men, talking to these young ladies, what would you tell them they need to hold on from the experience of being a student or a student athlete here?
Just the pride here, and also just knowing who you are. Just because you black don't mean you behind. I think our thought perception is that we behind, but we really not. It's just the way you think, man. You can go in any environment. We need to get back to that part. When we left Grambling, we felt like we were somebody no matter where we went. So that's what I think.
And when you were in the trenches as a player, what team did you look forward to playing the most?
Southern University. I ain't gonna lie. That's a given.
Was it because of the Bayou Classic, or just because it's the school in Louisiana? Like,
it was just it was the Bayou Classic, just the history behind it. Just you know how it go. You from there. Just bro, I couldn't sleep at night before them games, man. I swear, man, I was ready, man. So that was the number one game I was looking.
Who got the best band?
Right here, baby. No question.
Yeah, we've been having some conversations. We're trying to figure out our schedule. You know, Ryan, he does a million things. He has 10 million jobs.
He don't sit still.
Channing moves around. He's playing Catman somewhere. And myself, I'm doing a few things. But we're looking at our schedule, and if everything marries up, we're going to try to show face at the Classic this year.
Bro, that'll be dope, man. Have me on, too, man. Have me on.
Oh, yeah, no.
Figure it out.
Gonna start.
I really get it, man. Listen, Hatch, man, we appreciate you, bro. I think it was good for these students and these fans and these alums to hear you have that type of passion, because that's the type of passion Hue has to bring, but it also has to have that type of support, man. So I appreciate you, man. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is DJ Dub back up?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, dog.
For 1 minute, DJ Dub. You got 1 minute. Don't be long. Go.
Cap pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision I can trust. Limitless. Niggas send me cap pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision I can trust.
Yeah, good gracious, grace is good. Who misunderstood? Second chances, coming still, even when they shouldn't. Second glances, setting fires in my mental. Now I'm back down. The mountain wasn't accidental, Feeling rich, baby, check on the wrist. Bless me with the finest miss, baby, do not kiss, tell you.
Dogs, right? We finally made it to the top. Now I feel like the pivot is finally at the top of the Grambling State University food chain, right? We kept sneaking up. We started at the D tackle, and we got all the way up to the president.
No, Jason Hatcher is top of the food chain. He and Trent Scott, who's over here on the side, those guys on top of the food chain, that's for sure.
Yo, well, it's great to have you up here, Mr. Gallo. So how excited are you now about where this athletic department is moving?
Look, I tell you what, the leadership that Dr. Travion Scott brings, and of course with Coach Jackson, who that, just all the excitement and energy that has come along with these gentlemen, it's been nothing short of amazing, and we're just thanking God every day for all the things that they have brought to our campus and to our program.
And y'all went out and bought y'all some Ferraris. You know, I don't know what you was driving before, but now you got Ferrari.
Absolutely.
Are you going to give them the good gas, the 93? Are you going to, fuel that Ferrari what it needs to run?
Absolutely. And of course, Coach and I talk all the time and said, look, we have to give you the resources you need in order to get the results that we're expecting. So, we're not going into this saying, go do more with less. We want them to do more with more.
I hear a little accent. Where are you from?
Man, I am from Grambling, Louisiana. If those trees weren't there, you'd see my childhood home, which is right across the street from the campus. I was born and reared in the Grambling community. That's right.
That's amazing. So how much pride do you take in being the president of a school you grew up in walking distance from?
God is good. Let me just say that, because this was not on my 5-year to-do list. When I graduated from Grambling and was heading off to law school, I said there were 3 things I would never do: live in Grambling, work at Grambling, and go into politics. And I've done all 3, so that is proof positive that Scripture says many of the plans in a person's heart is the Lord's purpose that prevails. And so I know that He had purpose for me to do this. And again, He's surrounded us with amazing students, with great support and everything. So I'm very grateful, man. I'm grateful, loving every minute of it.
As you continue to see this school progress, and you're putting out great young women and great young men, what is the vision you have for Grambling State as it grows?
Well, look, first of all, we've added some new programs. First and only school in the state of Louisiana offer a degree in cybersecurity. first and only in the state of Louisiana to offer a bachelor's degree in cloud computing, first and only to have a digital library. No other school in the state, no other HBCU has a digital library. And so as we continue to grow programs that will guarantee students jobs, obviously that's a big deal. The internship opportunities that come with that. And then of course investing in our athletic program. That is big on our to-do list, because again, in order to be competitive with these Power Fives and others, we've got the name and we will have the facilities that are necessary to do everything that we expect our teams to do.
Since we're talking about home cooking, where can we go to find the best food around here?
You know what? You're going to find the best food right in this circle right here. Look, I was at the softball game and I smelled somebody boiling crawfish.
We missed it.
You don't have to go anywhere, man. No, there are a lot of people here cooking, so you hadn't missed it. Trust me, you don't have to leave the grounds. You're going to get the best food there is.
You know, to be someone that what up, Five? Oh man, what's wrong? What's wrong? What are you doing? Wait, sit down. You are in the presence of greatness times 2.
Y'all got y'all canes. What do y'all have? Canes?
So we might shimmy a little bit.
I give you a little bit. All right, give you a little bit. Yeah. But to be someone that graduated here, that graduated from here, obviously you move on to law school and you say you aren't going to do these things, and one of those things is work here.
Yeah.
Aside from scripture and obviously our plans not being the plans that prevail, what brought you back to be the president here at Grambling?
Well, after I finished law school, I came back and was teaching as an adjunct professor, passed the bar, started picking up cases. I served in the legislature for 15 years. I served in the Louisiana House for 3 terms, 1 term in the state Senate. I stepped away from politics, and quite frankly, I was practicing law and coaching my sons in T-ball when I got the call about the presidency. And what the assistant president said, it is your generation's time to be the leadership that this university needs. And I saw Cherie Kirkland out here earlier, who is the granddaughter of Eddie Robinson, and I said to Cherie and to many others, it's not just me, it's our generation's time to be the leadership that this university needs, because one person can't make a difference. It is collectively the team that makes the difference. Again, having Hue Jackson and Travion Scott and everybody who has brought so much excitement and energy. Our alums are just, they're on fire right now. I don't know that we've ever had this kind of environment for a spring game, So again, this is just a preview of many things to come, and I'm just grateful to be a part of moving it forward.
You brought up Dr. Scott and Hue Jackson, and they both talked about the pressure. Like, they know we're here to succeed, we're here to win. From your end, like you're saying, that top dog, do you feel that pressure? And what's the hardest piece that you have to do? I want the nuts and bolts. I don't want, give them the resource. I want nuts and bolts of what you have to do to help these guys be successful.
Well, as one of my former Senate colleagues used to say, the answer is money. Now, what's the question?
There you go.
I mean, bottom line is, it takes dollars and cents to make all of this happen. And so it's not just enough to use our general funds. We need our alums and other friends adding to the resources that we need to make this happen. Buying season tickets, buying licensed merchandise, not from Pookie and Ray Ray out of the back seat of their car. we need our supporters buying licensed Grambling apparel to help support moving our university forward. But at the end of the day, it takes money. It does, and so we've got to marshal our assets and our resources to make sure they have everything they need.
There's a saying: you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Being uncomfortable makes change.
Yeah.
Has this transition been uncomfortable at all? Because that's when you know it's working.
Man, when you lead my people, it's always uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There's going to always be an amount of pressure and expectation that far exceeds what you may currently have in hand. But just think about where we are. I mean, how many airplanes did you have to get on to get here? All right, and to think that Eddie Robinson came here and helped, along with many others, Willis Reed and others, the band, to make Grambling a household name. Considering where we're located, I think only God could provide that path to make that happen. So again, we have been known to do things that most people didn't think was possible, and we've only scratched the surface. I firmly believe the best is yet to come here at Grambling State University.
I just want to say this really quick. We support Coach Hue Jackson. That's why we're here.
Thank you.
We support Grambling State and other HBCUs because we want to see these guys that come from our demographic.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be able to see them come through the ranks and be, you know, tremendous student athletes that develop into tremendous young men that can give back and help others.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate you guys having us.
And look, thank y'all so much for showing Coach Jackson so much love. You know, seeing him on the previous podcast, and again, it takes all of us making this happen. And y'all don't have to be here today. And we just look, God gave us a great day.
Man, didn't he though?
Couldn't ask for better weather. And
thank God.
So again, thank y'all so much for everything.
Because I'm gonna be honest, I was preparing for it to be a lot hotter than this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's a little bit up the road from where I am. But God has certainly blessed us, and I think this school is blessed to have you as its president.
Thank you.
And for someone to truly understand what it means to be a part of this university, to be a part of this community. We love what you're doing, and we wouldn't be here if we didn't think that this was something that was important to not only us, but to the people here in Grambling, but also to the entire country.
Absolutely.
Right? Because when this school is great, when its student athletes are great, when its students are great, for us as a people, it's a better place. So we appreciate you, Mr. Gatlin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And now we're wrapping. Is that the show? Is that the entire show? We have done the entire show, our first pregame show, our first live show. Channing finally doesn't hate HBCUs. If anybody got crawfish, I want some crawfish.
I ain't hate 'em.
I eat some jambalaya, but I don't eat meat, so that's probably not gonna work for me today. I love y'all. Grambling State University, you are absolutely awesome. Thank you
so much. Yeah. Oh, I got a pitch.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
Limitless, take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On a mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless, take a stomach, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On a mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust.
Yeah, good gracious, grace is good. Who misunderstood? Second